All right. So can everybody see the screen? Y'all see the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, cool.
Yes.
All right. All right. So first off, we're going to start this kind of where we left off from last week, and then we're gonna go right into what we got to talk about today. So briefly and quickly, I'm just gonna. So the first thing is, we talked about rest, we talked about recovery, and what we need to understand about recovery is, the more data that we have, the better. Okay, so understanding data is understanding the information that you're receiving.
David.
Also, mute your mic, Kathy. Um,
David.
also, the next thing that you have to understand is the more help that you can get as far as like resources, like what kind of sleep and stuff like that, the better. So if you have anything that's reading or taking your quality of sleep, that's good. Like I have like a Whoop band. I know some people have Fitbit bands, stuff like that. That's a good investment. I can steer you towards the best option, the ones that are more accurate. If you do not already have, we can talk about that in private. We don't have to talk about that right now, but as we talk about, as we continue to talk about sleep and stuff, which we will, these are things that you need to be aware of. This is something that you can actually gauge, and you actually can see. You can physically track it, and you don't need a sleep test to track it. You can get that information, in the open market now. So that's something to think about. Something that I would recommend, not to guess, because getting the right number as far as hours of sleep is one thing, but the quality is even more important. And we'll discuss that in a future session. Today, though, this is a real important one, y'all. Like, and the effects of undereating on your fitness training. So, what I will say about this one is a lot of this stuff is really overeating and undereating. Okay. So today I'm going to only use undereating, but undereating and overeating are really quite the same thing. They're very, very, very similar in, especially done inadvertently. So if you don't do it on purpose, if you're undereating on accident, or you're undereating for weight loss, or if you're overeating not on purpose, or you're overeating to try to gain weight but you don't do it the right way, all you're doing is harming your body. Okay, so let's get right into this thing. So I'm going to briefly kind of read and touch. So all under eating is not bad, but it has to have direction. And under eating determines your training and your fat loss goals. So you can completely sabotage your results immediately by not eating the right amounts. Okay. And this is something that we're talking about on a daily basis. So slight caloric deficit is good. So in between 300 to 500 a day from your maintenance calories, that's always good. So example, I'm 200 pounds and I need to eat whatever 3,000 calories to maintain my weight. If I'm trying to lose weight, then I need to be at least 500 pounds under that. So I would have to eat 2,500 every day for me to lose 5 pounds. That is that's just the simple generic math for weight loss. Same thing for weight gain. So same thing. If I had to eat 3,000 and I wanted to gain a pound a week, I would have to now eat 3,500 a day, and that would be the number that I would have to eat. These are that is oh no, that is pretty much the generic math. Larger deficits negatively change your metabolism, and man, why can I move this? I can't read with that. Come on. no. Okay. Um, so large deficits negatively change your metabolism to maintain balance and homeostasis. So you always hear about survival mode. And that is something that is not a myth. So survival mode is not a myth. It is definitely lower hand. Screw this. Yeah, so survival mode is real. People try to discredit and say that the survival mode is a myth, and it's not. The survival mode is not exactly what people say it is, but it is very close. So if you undereat in large deficits daily, what happens is your metabolism is shot, right? So if your metabolism isn't working, and what's going to happen? You're going to not your body's not working properly, so you're not going to lose the way you're supposed to be losing, which that is the most important, or that is the um, that's your goal. If you're not eating enough, or if you're eating way too much, your body's going to do this. What's that? So, in order to survive, we're talking about survival mode now. Your body resorts to burning fewer calories. So your body's like, oh shoot, I need to survive. I'm in survival mode. I need to store. I need to hold on to whatever. I need to hold on to this amount. I need to hold on to these calories. So what it's going to do is it's going to conserve. So your body conserves the energy, and your body is so smart that then you're going to burn fewer calories. So you can do the same exact thing. So I work out real hard, boom, um, and I'm eating the right amounts, and I burn 1,000 calories. I work out real hard, but I've been starving myself. I burn 250. Your body is gonna be like, yo, I'm not letting these calories go because I'm starving. I don't know when I'm going to be able to eat again. So that is what survival mode really is. So if you add that to exercise, you're gonna cause a bigger deficit. Your body's gonna hold on to your body fat. Our goal is to burn fat. So if you under eating too far, what's your body gonna do? It's gonna hold on to that. It's gonna hold on to that fat. It's gonna hold on to that fat. It's gonna hold it on because our body needs essential fat. Fat burns slower. So if we're in survival mode, just think about you trying to survive. What you gonna do? Like you can't just eat all the food at once. You're gonna have to conserve. You gotta stretch it out. So your body's doing the same thing with the fat. It's like, okay, this burns slow. So your carbohydrates burn quick, right? Protein, we understand that helps build and prepare our muscles. So that's going to happen. That's a natural. The fat it burns slow purposely so that our bodies can continue to do what it does, but it's the slow burning. Under eating makes it happen slower. So everybody thinks to lose weight you got to just go crazy low in the I'm only going to eat 1,000 calories a day, and all you're doing is putting your body in this state, which is the survival mode, quote unquote. So more restrictions. Um, so pretty much, somebody need to mute they. If y'all can mute y'all mics, please. Um, so if you regularly are going under and eating too few calories, pretty much you're just gonna be unhealthy. Okay. So let's move on to now the other effects. So we already said that you can't lose weight. You're not gonna get no results by under eating. That's just not happening. Don't let anyone lie to you about that. So your body reduces active thyroid hormone. I think that you all are ladies, you all understand what the thyroid is. Um, the thyroid definitely is a big part of you losing weight. If you're starving, and this happens to so many people, they undereat and they mess up their metabolism, their hormones, because your body needs, like, our cars need fuel, right? If our gas tank is on empty, the car doesn't move, right? Our car needs, oil. Our car needs transmission fluid. Our car needs all these things for it to move, right? That car is moving at 35 miles an hour and you're traveling 50 miles, whatever, 20 miles. our bodies are the same, right? Like every time we move, we travel. How am I supposed to move, 50 miles, whatever? We'll compare that to us working out and not have any fuel, not have any gas, not have oil, not have transmission. What happens to that car? Like, what's going to happen? That car is going to break down. That's the only thing it can do. Our bodies are the same way, they will break down. So it's saying that A, it's going to reduce active thyroid, shuts down sex hormone production, raises adrenal stress hormones like cortisol. There goes that word again. We talk about cortisol all the time. All the time. We already elevate cortisol when we work out. Anytime you're stressed, cortisol is elevated. All that stuff is elevated when you also starve yourself, when you undereat. Whoever, please go on mute. Please go on mute when you come in. Elevated cortisol levels. Also, we talked about insulin resistance. So usually you can always correlate, not always, but a lot of times you can correlate the undereating to people who have things like high blood pressure, diabetes, blah, blah, poor habits. Okay, because undereating is a poor habit. Okay, not eating enough, at least to maintain, or not strategically undereating, which we already said is 300 to 500 calorie deficit tops, you're not going to get no results. These unhealthy hormone states promote body fat and water retention. Whoa, how about that? You're all women. We understand the hormone and cortisol, right? We understand how that elevating also means, guess what? I'm going to hold on to more fat. Why can I not lose weight? Oh, well, you're always stressed out. You're not eating enough, and you're trying to work out hard. So your cortisol levels are through the roof through the whole entire day. You have no time where it goes back down, right? So now instead of us losing body fat, we're gaining body fat. Okay. Oh, and also we're holding on to all the water because we are drinking a gallon of water a day, about, right? We hold on to all that water because guess what? We're not it's not coming out because our cortisol levels and our hormones are too high, or the states are too high and they're unhealthy. Our body's holding on to everything. So now we're bloated. We get on the scale. Guess what? The scale's 5 pounds heavier because we're retaining water and we're gaining body fat. Okay. Of course, doing that too long causes long-term health issues beyond weight loss. Okay. So the thing is that if we just talking about just being healthy, that's not the way. Like, you starving yourself is never a healthy way to do anything. You're not going to lose weight. You're not going to be healthy 20 years, 10 years, 5 years down the line, 2 years down the line, 60 days down the line. You're not healthy. Okay. And overall, the first thing that we want to do is always be healthy. If you can be healthy first, then you can lose weight, then you can be stronger. All that other stuff, everybody's goals always starts with being healthy. Who wants to be strong but not healthy? Who wants to be smaller but not healthy? Like, so every time that we think about all this stuff, that's why sleep is so important. It's all health. You are not going to be able to train if you're not healthy, right? I mean, we have to understand, we have to put this in perspective. Like, if I'm not healthy, I'm not going to be able to train hard, or I'm not going to be able to continue my journey. So, the 3 big reasons undereating is bad. We've been touching them, but let's go a little bit deeper. Okay. So the slower metabolism thing should be eye-opening for everybody. Okay. If you have a slow metabolism, you can be doing everything on the money and still not getting no results. Or you could be getting very slow results. So what somebody can get in a year, it's going to take you 3 because you've killed your metabolism. It's just not working. Can you build it back up? Yes, but it has to be done properly. And usually building your metabolism back up means that you're going to have to eat more food. So you first have to not always, the problem is everybody wants to think about weight loss, whatever first. Everybody's concerned about weight because we live in a society that weight is so important. But that is secondary. Like, people don't want to eat the right amounts because they're scared that they're going to gain weight. Most times when you're eating the right amount of food and the training that y'all do, you still going to lose weight. But you're just going to lose the right kind of weight. It's just going to be a little bit slower. Okay. Ways to understand that you're, not always, but ways to kind of gauge, like, oh, am I messing with my metabolism? If you like deficiting your calories and you always sluggish and irritable and all that stuff like that, that's something to always check. Because a lot of times that happens when you don't have enough food, enough nourishment. Like, your body starts to send you signs. Everybody's signs are different. Your body usually sends you signs before you get sick, before when you're hungry, when you haven't gotten enough sleep. It usually sends signals. Our bodies are very, very complex, but if you ignore the signals, then you've accepted the risk. Okay. This one is the more important to me. Number two, loss of valuable muscle and organs. Okay. So under eating, we've already talked about, if we're under eating, then we're holding on to the wrong kind of stuff. We're holding on to fat. Okay. Um, I'm just gonna read this one. Just because you adapted using ketone body does not mean your body won't need glucose at all. A minimum blood glucose level must be maintained to keep you alive so your body continues to break down muscle and organs. It is a major problem in the long run because your body doesn't distinguish between essential tissue, heart, kidney, blood cells, and less essential tissues. Think of like your skeletal muscle. Over time, this breaks down, weakens, and damages your vital organs. That happens because of under eating. Like, this is something that is so important. Like, past fitness, which this is fitness too. Like, if you ain't got no muscle, you ain't got no fitness. Like, but understanding that you under eating is putting too much pressure on your body to perform. Like I said, that car, it's a ticking time bomb. And I mean, we've all probably had cars where they ticking time bombs. Like, man, I just hope it get me home today. Like, you don't want to be that car. You don't want to be that car. I want to be the car that just came out the lot. That's the A1 car that I ain't got to worry about for the next 20 years. Like, okay, this car is great. All I got to do is change the oil. That's the kind of car that I want to be. I don't want to be the ticking time bomb. I don't want to be the one smoking up the street and you just don't know when it's going to blow up. That's what's happening. When you under eating, at some point, your car's going to blow up. Let's avoid that by doing the things that we're supposed to do, doing this stuff the right way. Okay. Higher risk for nutrition deficiency. So eating very few calories will also decrease the variety of foods you can eat, increasing your risk for nutrition deficiencies. The type of nutrition deficiencies that can occur depends on the foods that are being restricted. While not everyone who chronically undereats can automatically be diagnosed with an eating disorder, anorexia, gives insight on types of nutrition deficiency that are likely to occur from prolonged starvation. This includes, but isn't limited to, these deficiencies in calcium, iron, zinc, vitamin D, vitamin B, in addition to dangerous electrolyte imbalances and protein malnutrition. So, with that saying, usually, I mean, we all know that all calories aren't created equally. So if you're trying to put together a nice little meal plan, you know that some stuff is higher, some stuff is lower. Usually, somebody's on a diet, they like, I'm not eating this, right? Oh, I ain't eating no meat no more. Okay, well, where are you getting your protein from? Or I'm not eating vegetable, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, where are you getting all your carbs? Where are you getting your fat? Where are you getting your protein? Also, where are you getting just the essential vitamins? We already talked about how sunlight can help you with your rest, right? we also know that we don't get enough sunlight to give us all of our vitamins that we need. It's also the food that we're eating doesn't give us all of our vitamins if we don't have a balanced or well balanced regimen. So, and that's just a person who is eating everything properly. So now you're talking about going into a deficit, a large deficit, and like where you getting your nutrients from? Like how? It's almost impossible. It's hard to do that when you eat maintenance calories, let alone under eating. So when you're under eating, not only are you messing up, you're sabotaging. That's a good word. You're sabotaging all of your fitness gains, but I mean, you putting your health at risk. Okay, so that's even more important. This is about health, but health is nutrition. Remember, we know nutrition is sleep. Nutrition is everything. Everything is nutrition. Okay, and nutrition is going to be the thing. One of the things that's going to keep you rolling. Okay, so this is a good example. All right, so it says if you're hitting a ceiling in your deadlift or any lift in months, all right, despite consistent training, it's time to evaluate your diet. So what that's saying is that, and I mean, this is just a relevant one because we are doing deadlifts every week right now. Like, say, like, you hitting the deadlifts, and I think that we're all improving on our deadlifts, but say we've been doing that for a long time, or whatever lift. I don't care if it's pull ups, bench press, squats. We're talking about strength right now. This is just an example, though. So we're hitting our max, and our max is whatever 220 pounds. And every week we get to 220, and it's like, man, I cannot get 221. Whatever. Um, at that point, and this will be something over time, the first thing that you should look at is not, oh, like I'm not getting stronger. What's wrong with me? It's, oh, like maybe something's going on with my diet. Like, why am I not improving? I'm hitting 220 every single week. Like, like that makes no sense, right? If I hit 220 for 6 weeks straight and I can't get to 221, why haven't I not gotten strong enough to get to 221? That would be the question. Okay. Most times it is reflected through our nutrition. More than likely, it's usually because we haven't eaten enough. We're not eating enough for our body. Well, excuse me. Let me retract that. We're not eating enough and we're not sleeping enough for our bodies to recover, to be stronger, to get the full benefit of our deadlift or our pull-up or our etc. Okay? The progression happens between our eating and our rest. Okay? Once we're doing that and we putting that together, then we recover better. Okay? That means that we're going to get stronger. Right? There's a reason why we continue to repeat workouts. We're not repeating them exactly, but there's a reason why we've deadlifted for 5 weeks now. There's a reason why we've done hanging knee raises for 12 weeks now. We should see progress with these. There's a reason why some stuff continues to repeat. And then we get rid of that and we get a whole new set of things. And we start it and we continue to repeat. That with good nutrition and good rest, you should be like, oh man, I started off, I only could do 5 hanging knee raises. Now I can do 10. Now I'm doing hanging toe raises. Oh man, my toes are barred. I was doing 5 sets. Now I can do 10s and it's not that bad. Whatever, etc. Okay. Whatever it may be. We're talking more strength right now. Cardiovascularly, that stuff does apply, but more strength. Okay. Because strength can be directly linked to nutrition. Okay. And etc. People always say, oh, well, you can't get stronger and lose weight at the same time. Why can't you? If you're eating right and you're recovering right, you sure can. Yeah, you can't if you're going into the crazy deficit where there's no there's no benefit. If I'm eating 1,000 calories under my maintenance calories, that's too low. So yeah, I'm not gonna get any results. So understanding what under eating is. When I talk under eating, it's not structured under eating. It's something that would be my calories are 2,000 and I've ate 1,200. That's too far. We've already said that you can't or you shouldn't go under 500. That's the highest. 300 to 500 calories is the highest that you should be under eating. And to me, that is not under eating. That's strategic caloric deficit. Under eating would be anything under 5 because that's not sustainable. If you're eating under that, you probably shouldn't be working out. That's usually like if you talk to someone who will say a nutritionist or something like that, like that understands the kind of training that you do. You're like you training too much for how you eat. You're probably under recovering every day because you're definitely not getting enough sleep and you're definitely not eating enough. So those two together equals no results. Okay. All right. I kind of went ahead, but uh-oh. Yeah. So pretty much, I just kind of said all this stuff. I mean, it's so impossible. Like the middle one, inadequate food intake makes it nearly impossible to increase muscle strength. I mean, for everybody here, if you're trying to weight, I mean, if you're trying to lose weight or gain weight, you need muscle. So if you can't get more muscle, you're not losing weight because what's happening with fat? What's happening with muscle? So like that's how you have to understand it. Like that's why I hate talking about like weight loss. And that's why I like to use fat loss or body fat. What is going on with your body fat? That's the question. Okay. And then we use power, right? Dumbbell snatches, deadlifts, whatever thing, box jumps, wall ball shots, push-ups, pull up, power, right? So if you don't have energy, you don't have power. Pretty simple equation there. No power. So if you're not eating, you don't have any power. You're not getting nothing out of that. You're not getting nothing out of the workout. All right. So here we go again. Recovery, right? So the best way to describe this is let's link this together. Okay, and that's what I'm gonna try to do every single time that we meet from the first one to the second one. Nutrition is recovery. Recovery is nutrition. Sleep is nutrition. Okay? Sleep is nutrition. Food is nutrition. Those need to work together. If you getting sleep and you're not eating right, you ain't recovering. If you eating right and you ain't sleeping, you ain't recovering. Okay? Both of those can put big gaps in between you and your goal. Okay? So understanding that if you're underfueling your body, you're not going to be able to get the results that you want. You may get results. Okay? You may get results. And that's great. But you're not going to get the results that you really want. Okay? And that's weight loss, weight gain, strength gain, faster, stronger, whatever. It doesn't happen any way besides, oh, well, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And the first step is to understand the concepts. So now you have the information. Now we all have the information. We have to put the information to the test. Okay? So, yeah, I didn't mean to do that. So, the last thing we're going to hit is under eating also disrupts. I know y'all saw it already. So, if we undereat, guess what it usually disrupts? Freaking sleep. So, you undereat, right? Evidence has showed that the high sleep quality is essential for recovery. We already talked about that, especially through your tough workouts. Poor sleep also causes you to hold on to fat. So we ain't getting sleep, we're not recovering. You're not getting sleep, you're not burning fat. You're not getting sleep, your muscles don't recover, your muscles don't repair, you're not getting stronger. But while you're asleep, your muscles need nutrition, right? So if I'm not eating, I'm not recovering. If I'm not sleeping, I'm not recovering. Okay. So when we speak, like even when I speak to y'all, like, and when we're talking about getting results nutrition wise, I need you all to continue to understand that these two things are probably the two most important things that will aid you into what we're looking to do. First thing, obviously, the first thing we talked about was sleep. Okay, we're gonna keep focusing on that. If you don't have any way to gauge your sleep and your quality of sleep, talk to me. I'll help you. We'll get that stuff hashed away. Okay, that's one. The second thing is we also need to understand that we need to eat enough. If you don't understand how to eat enough, we'll talk about that. You come up to me and be like, I don't know how much I need to eat, and I'll help you with that. Okay, because those things match. One doing one is cool, but you always you're going to be limited if you don't do both together. Because like this says, I mean, if you ain't sleeping good, you're going to hold on to body fat. If you ain't eating enough, you're going to hold on to body fat. I know 100 people who don't do both. I know 150 people who do one or the other. The people who do them both have gotten the better results. Okay, we got about 5 minutes, so I wanted to open it up. If anybody had any questions, I'll answer them now. Nobody got no questions? Y'all making it too easy. Oh, y'all must got something to do. That's why. Everybody want y'all trying to get me off the Zoom call. Okay, I understand. Um, so this okay, go ahead, Kathy.
I just wanted to say that even on my fitness pal and some other things recently, but this past week they've been talking a lot about sleep.
Really?
They had blog on my fitness pal about fitness and sleep, and some of the nutrition things that I follow on Instagram. All this week has been talking about sleep. So yeah, a lot of people are hitting that sleep, talking about sleep and saying how important it is. And I've been trying to improve on my sleep, as well, by trying to, make sure I set a time to go to bed and everything. But it's been talking about a lot, so it's true that sleep is
awesome. Yeah, look, the more research that y'all can do, especially about sleep, the better. Like, nutrition is hard to find good information all the time because everybody has all these different nutrition. It's a business. Nutrition is a business, but sleep is not a business. I mean, obviously, people paying for beds and stuff like that. But if you want to find some more information about sleep, do that. Matter of fact, homework here. This is what I want y'all to do for homework. I want y'all to find 2 or 3 ways or options for you all to improve your quality of sleep. That's all. That's all I want you to do. So I want you to do some research. I gave you some. I gave you, blue light glasses. I gave you, et cetera, et cetera. Yep.
Question about the blue light glasses. I know this might sound stupid, but how do I use them?
Just put them on.
Oh.
That's it. Yep. Just put them on. When you get home at night, put them on.
When I get home at night,
yep. Put them on until you fall asleep. When you start to go to sleep, take them off and go to sleep.
Okay.
Until anytime the device, TV on, lights on, keep them on all night.
Keep them on. Okay. Fall asleep. Okay. All right.
Anybody else? No. Okay. So I think that how we'll start the next session, like this homework I want y'all to do, I'm gonna need some answers. Okay. So don't fake doing the homework. I need everybody to do this homework because that's how we're gonna start this next session. All right. All right. One more time. I need at least, we'll say 2 to 3 ways to improve either getting to sleep or quality of sleep. I just made it easier for you. So you either can improve the quality of your sleep or how to fall asleep. Those are your 2 things. I need at least 2 ways. And this is going to help everybody get better rest so we all can get results. All right, y'all. We're going to wrap it up for the day. I will see you all in 2 weeks. I'll send you all the code. Let's recover, man. Let's focus on the recovery. Any extra questions, just email me or talk to me in person.
Well, how'd she put that thumb up?
Don't party too hard. Don't party too hard, y'all.
Candace. Bye.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.